Donald Trump suffered another scary cognitive event during a campaign speech in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, when he both attacked and praised Kamala Harris, getting visibly confused and having to completely abort his train of thought. Now, what I'm going to play for you here, I showed this clip to some ER doctors I know, and I said, if this happened, would you say, hey, you should go in and get checked out? They looked at it and they said, it's not there, but it's 80% of the way there. He seems to completely lose connection to reality for a moment. Sometimes when these things happen and they're more severe, the person doesn't know, they don't remember even that they were saying this thing. And you would want to check them out for stroke or something else. They said, that's not this, but this is something. There's something here, and you will see Trump completely loses his train of thought. And what he says doesn't bear any connection to reality. First blaming and then defending Kamala Harris.
Disgusting illegal alien who was led into the United States by Kamala and her lax law. Every one of my killer. We had the great. He would have never been able to get in. She stopped every single one of them. She was the border czar. Now she doesn't admit that. Whether you call her a czar or not, she was no czar.
So Trump says Kamala is responsible for someone who came in. Then he just glitches for 5, 6, 7 seconds. And then says Kamala is responsible for having stopped all of the criminals from coming in. Totally disconnected from reality. Just gone. There's nothing there. Still obsessed with Joe Biden. Trump talks about his beautiful body and how it's a better body than Joe Biden.
Nations as beautiful. I could have been sunbathing on the beach. You have never seen a body so beautiful. Much better than Sleepy Joe.
And then moments after Trump suffered that scary cognitive event, he says it's Kamala Harris who is mentally disabled. Hold on, wrong clip. Let's get to the correct clip, please.
Joe Biden became mentally impaired. Kamala was born that way. Okay? She was born that way. And if you think about it, only a mentally disabled person could have allowed this to happen to our country. Anybody would know this.
A mentally disabled Kamala Harris is his opponent. And Trump is scared to debate her? That's weird. In fact, what does it mean about Donald Trump that he lost the debate to a supposedly mentally disabled person? Then in another instance of projection, Trump says, isn't it nice to have a president who doesn't need a teleprompter? While using a teleprompter, Trump says this.
I don't use a teleprompter that much, just pieces. By the way, I said this the other day. Isn't it nice to have a president that doesn't need to use a teleprompter? Isn't it, Uncle Sam? Isn't that nice? Wouldn't it?
Sir, they can see your teleprompter on the stage. It's creating an insane glare and reflection. And now we're supposed to pretend it's there just for kicks? Trump then sort of raised an apocalyptic vision of Wisconsin that certainly not recognizable to any of the people I know who live in Wisconsin. Listen to this.
His promise. I will liberate Wisconsin from this mass migrant invasion of murderers, rapists, hoodlums, drug dealers, thugs, and vicious gang members. We are going to liberate our country. I will liberate our nation. Our nation will be free again if we win this election. And it's going to have to go fast because we're not going to be able to handle it.
Right. Wisconsin must be liberated from the murderers, rapists, hoodlums, thugs, vicious gang members. People in Wisconsin wondering, what is he talking about? That doesn't sound like the Wisconsin that we know. It doesn't seem to be a Wisconsin that exists in the real world. But you have to create that apocalyptic vision to then say you will solve it. If it's like things are kind of okay, well, why would we vote for you? We wouldn't. So Trump needs to do it. He also talks about the occupations of little cities and towns.
How does it, you're talking about areas of the Midwest where they're becoming famous because they're being occupied. And this is hundreds of little cities and little towns. They're petrified. And their law enforcement is petrified. You have a sheriff and a deputy, or you have a small group, and you'll have a group of Venezuelan killers, street gangs, occupying the town with MK-47s. I know that gun very well. I got to know it very well.
Yeah. Trump's in an intimate relationship, certainly more intimate than the relationship with Melania, with an MK-47.
I've become an expert on guns quickly. My sons know guns. They couldn't believe what the story they heard, the two stories they heard, actually. But I don't care, because we're doing it for you. We're going to make our I don't care. I just say we got to do it.
You know, the saddest part about all of this is that hateful propaganda works really, really well. At a certain point in the speech, a fly got in. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is Trump kind of trying to blame the fly on Biden-Harris?
Remember, there's a hat that's made that sells like crazy. Oh, there's a fly. Oh, I wonder where the fly came from. See, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have had a fly up here. You're changing rapidly, but we can't take it any longer.
I guess 2 years ago, the destruction of Wisconsin under Biden-Harris, which led to a fly, hadn't yet taken place. And then finally, Donald Trump, you know, when Trump says most people don't know X, what he means is, I didn't know about this until 5 minutes ago. And here's another most people don't know. This is a really good one.
Immigrants, they have a phone app so that people can come into our country. These are smart immigrants, I guess, because most people don't have any idea what the hell a phone app is. But they do. These are very intelligent immigrants. But you know,
so when Trump says most people don't have any idea what a phone app is, you all know what it means. It means Trump doesn't have any idea what a phone app is. So a disgusting, cognitively disturbing event where Trump is now claiming Kamala Harris is mentally disabled. What do some Republicans think about that claim? Let's talk about that next. You watch YouTube, you listen to podcasts, you've heard a ton of ads for VPNs, but all VPNs are pretty much the same, except for one. Our sponsor, Private Internet Access, is the only VPN that can confirm your internet activity is not being logged. Their software is fully open source, so you can see that traffic isn't being logged. Their systems are also independently audited by the Big Four accounting firm Deloitte to confirm nothing is being logged, and they've demonstrated multiple times in court they have no record of user activity. Everyone should use a VPN when they connect to the internet. Hides your IP address so governments and big tech can't track you, and you can access Netflix and Hulu content not normally available in your home country. Private Internet Access has servers in 91 different countries and all 50 US states. You can protect all of your devices with just a single account, and Private Internet Access is giving my audience 83% off. Comes out to just $203 a month plus 4 extra months for free. Go to piavpn.com/Pacman. The link is down below.